Hi guys, so this is part 2 of All-Star Comics number 5. So the master of weird secrets of nature and possessor of magics known only to the ancient Egyptians and Chaldeans, Dr. Fate returns home from the Justice Society meeting to find Inza waiting for him. "Fate, I know an old lady who needs your help. Let me tell you about it." "Then come inside the tower." "The lady, Mrs. Vera, Ross Cooper, has been attending seances held by the magician Magico. He has been bleeding her of thousands of dollars." "You mean she came to you herself, of her own free will?" "Why, yes. What's so strange about that? She knows I know you, and asked me to seek your aid." "Come, we shall visit this woman and Magico and learn what prompts a woman who visits a fake magician to seek his overthrow." "I knew you'd go." At the exotic parlors of Magico the magician. "I am ready for my visitors. Enter all ye who seek after the truth. I am honored, madam. I received your check this morning. You got to succeed in showing me my poor dear husband." Inza and the young man Kent Nelson also enter. "Miss Inza, delighted. I brought a friend along, too." As the lights fade, Dr. Fate as Kent Nelson sees Mrs. Ross Cooper wink at Inza. "I'm glad you brought him along." "I was only glad to." The seance begins. "Spirits of dear departed souls, I call to thee. Answer to Magico." "It is my husband, dear Thistlethwaite, Ross Cooper. I know him. The drapes part end. "Pardon me, madam, if I intruded." "Oh, this is preposterous. He isn't my husband." "No, indeed, madam. Thank goodness." "Throw that man out of here." "If we will all be seated again, I will try to establish communication with the dead." "Of all the things! Terrible! Never heard or saw the like. Funny-looking man, too, wasn't he?" Between the slightly parted drapes a gun reaches out. "Fate! No, no!"
"He'll hit you, Inza."
Bam! There is a terrific roar as the cosmic worlds colliding.
"He's getting away." "Bungler fool, no good. We were supposed to rub him out. Now,
how'd the Dane know he was gonna pull a shield dive?"
"A fine pack of idiots. I became acquainted with Inza. Interest her in bringing Dr. Fate here, and you mess up the job. Pah! You better think fast before he comes back."
"I have it. Listen." Moving northward through the air, Dr. Fate holds a wounded Inza.
"Never will I forgive myself.
I should have known there would be a trap in this. Otherwise, why ask me when the authorities would have been willing to help? Her breath is almost gone. A great magic will be needed to restore her full strength." He seeks resource in the ancient tomes of dead Atlantis. After many hours, Inza breathes again.
"Lie still, Inza. I will be gone, but not for long."
"I should have realized. It was a trap to catch you."
"I think it's time false magicians such as Magico, who dupe people into thinking they can communicate with the dead, are done away with."
Ahead of him, Magico plans a reception.
"When Dr. Fate returns, as he will, I will have enough dynamite here to blow him to shreds. Now I've got to get out of here before he comes back." "I was right. There he goes." "Now we have him trapped."
"Maybe. Seems he gets out of his scrapes better than anyone I've ever heard of." Inside the house,
looks as though the quarry has scattered for other and safer fields.
Magico explodes the dynamite.
2 tons of dynamite. So long, Dr. Fate.
The entire building is demolished. But Dr. Fate is unharmed in the midst of this tremendous force.
"I thought as much. Magico is behind this. Now to teach him a few lessons."
How is Dr. Fate able to avoid being blown into atoms when the building in which he stood exploded? Because of the fact that he had learned the ultimate secret of the universe, how to emanate force energy from his own body. He uses the tremendous power stored within him to repel all forces that strike him. This power renders him immortal.
I command you, halt! Legs, do your stuff. He can't catch me.
Under the terrific power Dr. Fate wields, Magico becomes a stone.
I can't move. I'm powerless.
You think you are a magician. Rise into the air with me. I will show you what magic really is. I will roll back for you the borders of the space-time continuum. I will show you other worlds beyond those clouds.
Never mind.
He looks on cosmic secrets. The earth falls back to show the fire demons beneath the strata of rock and dirt.
Stop this! I'm going mad! Man wasn't meant to see or meant to look on things like this.
No, but that is true. But you set yourself up as an expert in black magic. A black magician must be initiated to look beyond such things, as I have shown you. He must be prepared to face the evils of a nature that died before Mu and Atlantis were born.
Mr. X, who controls all the rackets in this country, wanted to get the members of the Justice Society.
Mrs. Ross Cooper was a trap to kill you. The girl spoiled it by throwing herself in front of the gun. Learn now, Magico. You can never kill me. Only my own will to die can end my life. On Earth I am immortal. I am letting you go, Magico. The other X is the one I'm after. But you must promise me one thing. You want me to promise to go straight. You want me to promise to go straight. Don't worry. After what you showed me up there, I never want to see a crystal ball again. Dr. Fate returns to the tower. If I had destroyed Magico, it might not have done any good. With him alive and reformed, I'll have a notion he'll show up his brother Charlton's. I must be sure Inza's alive and safe.
I'm well, Dr. Fate. Your magics have cured me.
The magics aided only your body. It was your will to live that really pulled you through.
Now where are you going?
To search for this Mr. X, who rules the rackets of America. And in the office of Monkey Macy, a serious conference is taking place.
Yeah, it's okay for Mr. X to say we gotta get rid of the Hour Man, but how do we get him? That guy's slippery as an eel.
I got a plan, listen. Thus that evening, as a patrolman covers his beat. Auto thieves, bah! They wouldn't dare come on Clancy's beat. No, sir. They can fool everyone but not me.
Officer! I just saw some men stripping the tires from my car.
What? Lead me to him. Begorra! Here's where I think I made him British for a second. I'm sorry about that. Begorra! Here's where the land takes a hand. It's the Hour Man. So you're a thief, you are, eh?
You'll never take me.
Behind the officer's back, a figure steals from the car.
And get those tires off while I plant this hourglass near the cop.
An hour or so later, a puzzled commissioner of police is confronted with surprising evidence.
Incredible. So the Hour Man is behind these auto robberies. We'll get him. He's as strong as 10 men, Chief. Send in 2 alarms.
Next morning, the newspapers carry the story. It says Daily Star. That's where Superman used to work in the comics. Hour Man is petty thief behind auto tire robberies. And an interested and astounded reader is Rex Tyler, a chemist who is really the Hour Man. I thought I had stopped this business of framing me. When will the police realize that I work for law and order only? I got to end this tonight and clear my name. That evening, a masked figure steps out of a car. This is supposed to be the place where the ring operates. I'll just wait around. And while I'm waiting, I might as well take a Miracle pill. The Hour Man takes one of his Miracle pills, giving him 60 minutes of extra human energy, but he is unaware that crafty eyes watch him.
That's him, Joe. You set the trap.
When the Hour Man leaves, a man approaches his car and starts to remove the tires.
Suddenly, help! We'll get him, Joe. Don't worry.
Regular party. Come on, boys.
You wait
for your friends.
This'll fix you.
But I don't need fixing.
Oof. Goody, goody, I love a good fight. Hit him again for me.
And his back against the wall, the hour man fails to see that one of the thugs has climbed up onto the roof.
What a break. This tar barrel being on the roof. I'll fix that guy now. Tony's conked him. Let's finish the guy. No, we gotta scram. I hear a cop siren.
Alarmed by the wail of the siren, the thugs flee, not knowing that it's only a messenger boy.
I gotta get this message. Hey, what's this?
Another pair of ears have also heard the siren.
Where's the radio squad? But Gorda, what's that? It must have been my wheel siren you heard. This is the hour man.
Get along, boy. This is a job for the law.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
As the hour man recovers.
So you thought you could outsmart Eagle Eye Clancy, did you?
Come on. This means it's a promotion for me. I've got to get loose, and I think I know how. Pretending to stumble, the hour man borrows the key from the officer's pocket. Sorry, I feel sort of weak.
You got plenty of time to rest up. In jail. Hey, what are you doing?
Sorry to do this, but maybe you'll get that promotion without taking me to jail. The hour man unlocks the handcuffs and runs into the building. Whoever dropped that barrel on me must be still around in this house. On the roof, the hour man sees. There he goes now. I'll follow him. But the fleeing thug has noticed the hour man.
He got away from that cop and doesn't know I see him.
Well, that's gonna be a help.
Hey, one monkey. I'm leading the hour man to our hideout.
Okay, right away. The irate monkey in the hideout berates his henchmen.
You fools! Let that guy get away. Hey, monkey, we just got a call from Petsy. Tony is leading the hour man here. Good. He won't get out of here alive. What a break. Come on, boys, let's get set.
Meanwhile, the hour man, unsuspecting, stalks his prey.
I just hope Monkey got my message. This guy's tough.
I better not let my presence be noticed yet. I'll try getting in through this window.
Here, let me help you. Crash. Yeah, Mr. Hourman, your time is up.
A light snaps on, and before the hour man can recover his balance.
Welcome to our little party, and don't try nothing funny. Yeah.
Playing for time, the hour man pretends to be submissive.
Tie him up. He'll sleep in the river tonight. Hey, I saw him take some kind of pill. Maybe he's got some more.
As the thug moves to search the hour man, Rex grabs him.
Don't shoot, fellers. You'll kill me. Get the hour man.
Here, I don't want him.
Ugh, I'll blast you down.
Strike. Best bowling I've done in years. A ringer. I'm good at horseshoes, too. And I can still play football. Now, what's the idea of trying to pin this petty thievery on me?
It wasn't my idea. The boss, Mr. X, sent a wire telling us to get you because you're one of the Justice Society. I don't know where he is either.
Dear, dear, what a funny game. There's Officer Clancy.
Hey, Clancy.
Here's your auto thieves. Take them in and get a promotion.
Glory be.
Then you're not a crook after all, and I'll be telling it to the papers.
Hey, where are you going?
To find a crook named Mr. X, and get you made a captain. So long, Clancy. Take care of your flat tires. And it's signed by Bernard Bailey. And this is an Adam story. Muscles gathers his strong-armed boys together for a little chat.
I tell ya, we gotta eliminate the Atom. He's making a laughingstock of our course on how to be Hercules in 5 lessons. He's a shrimp, ain't he? That's right. He's a little guy, see? All we gotta do to get him is to round up all the shrimps you see walking around and drag them in.
Muscles' men begin to work.
Inside the gym and get to be a husky. Cheap rates are a specialty.
I really don't care to.
Hear him rave, he don't want to. In you goes, Buster.
See.
Now, here's a convoy now. See how easy it is? Sure we see. So long, Butch. We're going for some more little guys. Good luck to yous.
Uh-oh. Here comes Al Pratt, the Atom.
Look, here comes a little guy, a redhead too. I never did like redheads. Hey, say, Shrimpo, you want to have muscles, don't you? You want to be strong like us? Then take Muscles 5 easy lessons.
I'm quite strong enough, thank you. Now if you'll let go.
Hear the little shrimp slug? Quite strong enough, huh?
But Al decides the joke has gone far enough and draws his arm swiftly.
That's that. Ooh! Telegram, Mr. Pat. Gee, look at them 2 big lugs. KO by a Shrimpo, gee.
I'll take it. According to the Flash, you fellows are out to get the Atom, and that's me. I got to think a little about this. So when Slug opens his eyes,
I knew we KO'd that shrimp before we passed out.
Humph. Wonder if anyone heard that.
Crusher, let's get this guy to Muscles. Another guy for you's, Muscles. Shove him into the line. I built you guys into Supermen for only $500 each. If yous don't pay, yous get token for a ride. We even got a loan company organized to give yous credit.
Just what I need. I'll be the first to join. Suppose you show me what the course will be.
Why, that's swell. Come over to the horizontal bars. You get what I mean? Like this.
I get it. Let me try. But Al Pratt the Atom exerts his strength and splinters the bars. Say, you ought to get stronger bars. These are weak. Next, the jumping horse. Poor equipment. Why, it's dangerous to practice on such weak materials. I'm quitting.
He gives $100 and does $1,000 worth of damage. What a nerve.
So surprised are the strong arm men, Al walks out of the gym before anyone tries to stop him. So those fellers are supposed to get the Atom, eh? I think I'll give them the chance. In a nearby alley, he quickly changes his clothes. While I'm at it, I might as well smash those strong boys and make a living beating up innocent people for a price.
Fine bunch of tough guys yous are. What's the idea of letting that guy get away? Oh, look, the Atom!
This broken cable comes in mighty handy. Things are coming your way, Muscles. I hope you enjoy this, dearie. I'm putting my heart into it. Meanwhile, Slug is getting the strong arm men together.
Smash or trap that lug and hoof it down to your gym. Muscles wants to see yous.
Okay, Slug.
Next, bloody, Muscles needs you. I'm getting extra dough for this job. Well, alright.
He rounds up the muscle men.
Hurry up, list those feet. I don't know how much longer Muscles can hold out.
What you mean?
See, he's holding the Atom till you guys get over here to take over. The Atom? I don't feel so good, Slug. That exercise beating up that guy sorta got me. Me arm's sore, Slug. I better have you get it fixed. Hey, now we got the Atom here. Yous ain't gonna leave us alone with him, are yous?
Oh, shit. What a Slug eat that stuff?
Leave us alone, will you?
Don't worry, Muscles. I'll get them in here to keep you company. Overcome that shyness, boys. Step right into the line.
Hello, Atom, old pal. My friend.
The manly art of fisticuffs is wonderful exercise, eh, Smasher?
I wouldn't know. I always use a lead pipe.
There, one more wallflower for your gym, Muscles.
Bank.
That course on how to influence people did me a lot of good in college.
You sure are some influencer, all right.
You has got 2 good influences, as a matter of fact. I knew I could count on you boys. Going somewhere, Slug?
Back to the gym, Atom. I must have got turned around the wrong way, though. Ha, you know.
Ha, some joke.
Ha, yes,
Now, get this straight. I know you were sent out to get me, but it didn't work. The next time you try it,
we better use tanks and dive bombers.
A wise guy. I suppose you thought up this brilliant scheme to plant me?
No, not me. It was Mr. X. He told us to do it. It was his idea.
You better let me keep all your records just in case you try some tricks.
It'll embarrass the guys knowing yous knows all their secrets.
Remember, further reoccurrences of innocent men being beaten, and I drop in to see you. Somehow I feel sorry for those muscle-bound dopes. Maybe I can get them jobs somewhere.
Pardon me, sir.
Oh, sure. Wonder who he is. He returns home and hides the ledgers. Now to go out looking for that Mr. X Muscles told me about. Oh, and before we forget, the Atom did get the boys jobs, knitting woolies for the Red Cross.
If I weren't afraid of the Atom, I'd slug you one for taking our picture. Muscles, you're knitting where you should be purling. I do wish you'd pay more attention to your work and cut that rowdyism.
And note, looks as though the Atom did too thoroughly a job, didn't it? And the next one's a Johnny Thunder story. So Johnny Thunder on the spot, or Johnny on the spot. Johnny Thunder felt good in his bright new uniform until he caught the sight of Herman Darling coming towards the elevator. Daisy's father might not approve of his new job.
Hello, Mr. Darling, said Johnny. I'm the new elevator boy. I didn't know you worked in this building.
Herman Darling grunted.
New elevator boy, eh? I wouldn't boast about it.
Johnny started the elevator.
Up and down, Mr. Darling went on. You never get anywhere. No future in it.
He stepped briskly out of the elevator toward his office on the 10th floor. Johnny's face wore a frown when he opened the elevator door on the main floor. Two men who looked like gunmen came forward, Johnny.
Where'd that Darling guy get off at? Asked the tall, thin one, jerking his tie while he spoke.
Johnny recognized the man with a start. It was Joe the Butcher.
None of your business, snapped Johnny.
The little man at Joe's side slipped one hand into his pocket.
Let me take care of him, Joe, he begged. Don't be a sap, you fool, barked Joe the Butcher.
He turned toward Johnny with an oily smile. He slipped $10 into Johnny's hand.
Don't be unfriendly, Joe said. What floor did Darling get off at?
A startled look came over Johnny's face. Daisy Darling had just come through the swinging doors and was coming toward the elevator.
Johnny,
she said in surprise.
So you're running an elevator?
Well, it's one place you can't get into trouble. Nothing ever happens in an elevator.
10th floor, please, Johnny.
Dad's all set in his new office with his name on the door. Herman Darling, sales manager, Sweepo Shovel Company. Johnny groaned inwardly. Daisy had told the gunmen just what they wanted to know. Herman Darling's office was on the 10th floor.
Daisy,
Johnny said fervently, please go home.
What?
Joe the Butcher and Small Change stepped into the elevator.
10 and make it snappy,
said Joe.
I can't explain now, said Johnny, but please go home.
6 other people crowded into the elevator. Daisy stepped in too.
Silly boy, she said.
Take me up. The starter motioned to Johnny and he closed the elevator door. Every passenger but Daisy and the 2 gunmen got off before the 10th floor. Daisy stepped out of the elevator quickly and walked down the hall to room 1002. Joe the Butcher lit a cigarette in the elevator, waiting for Daisy to go in.
Say, you guys got a nerve coming in here, said Johnny. I got a mind to... Oh!
Johnny yelped in pain as Joe the Butcher pressed his lighted cigarette against Johnny's nose. Johnny rubbed his nose painfully while Joe and Small Change walked towards Herman Darling's office. The buzz signals on his elevator box became insistent. Johnny watched the gunman go in. What Johnny didn't realize was that he had just said the magic word, say you, which gave him the power to command anything or anyone for an hour. Thanks to a Vedesian ceremony performed over Johnny when he was a baby, his private thunderbolt strikes anyone or anything who refuses to obey Johnny's command for an hour after he has said, say you. Johnny doesn't know what gives him this power. As Johnny stood rubbing his nose in the elevator, he mumbled gloomily, I can't leave the elevator, but I wish I could see what was happening. Johnny's wish was granted. The whole elevator was suddenly deposited in Herman Darling's office, with Johnny Thunder in it.
Hey, what kind of elevator is that?
gasped Joe the Butcher. He was pointing a gun at Herman Darling, who stood behind his desk. Small Change had one hand over Daisy's mouth to keep her from screaming. "What are you doing here?" Johnny demanded. "I don't know why I'm telling you this," Joe the Butcher said, puzzled. "I shouldn't ought to. The town brought a big order of Sweepo snow shovels, and Commissioner Darcy is used to getting a rake off. The old sales manager always saw that he got it. Now Darling says no rake off. We're here to convince him of the error of his ways." Joe the Butcher tossed his gun in the air and caught it. Suddenly he pointed it at Herman Darling, who shook with fear. "Say your prayers, Darling," said Joe. "Don't shoot!" yelled Johnny frantically. The gun did not go off. "I can't understand it," Joe muttered. "I gotta get my money back on this gat." "Step into the elevator, boys," ordered Johnny. "Elevator, back to your cables." Johnny heard Mr. Darling phoning the police as the elevator moved back into its place. Taking Joe's gun from his hand, he pocketed it calmly. Joe the Butcher and Small Change looked dazed. "We must be crazy," Joe said, his voice hushed. "We must be nuts." But Small Change saw an opportunity, as Johnny was bringing the elevator level with the main floor. He pulled a blackjack out of his pocket and brought it down hard on Johnny's head. Yeah, sorry about that. Then Small Change and Joe the Butcher lowered his elevator to the basement. They dragged Johnny Thunder out and threw him over the edge of the elevator shaft toward the bottom. "Now to finish all three of them," Joe the Butcher said grimly. "How?" Small Change said eagerly. "Think up something good, Joe?" The two gunmen ran the elevator up to the 10th floor. The police hadn't arrived yet. They bound and gagged Herman Darling and his daughter, got them into the elevator, and ran down to the 8th floor. Then they cut the cable and listened to the elevator to crash. "Gosh," breathed Small Change admiringly. "The elevator followed right on that pesky elevator man, and we'll be rid of them all. You're a marvel." Johnny Thunder opened his eyes to see something falling swiftly toward him. It was the elevator. If ever Johnny needed his power, he needed it now. "Stop!" Johnny roared with all his might. The elevator stopped. Johnny scrambled up to the basement level, then ran up the stairs to the main floor. The police had arrived. They were questioning Daisy and Herman Darling, who seemed all shaken up. When Daisy saw Johnny, she threw her arms around him. "Those awful men trying to kill us, Johnny," she cried. "Don't let them get away." "I wish I knew where they were," said Johnny. His thunderbolt gave Johnny a vision of Joe and Small Change on the roof of the building. "On the roof!" he yelled. "They're on the roof!" 10 minutes later, the cops returned with the two cowering figures, Joe the Butcher and Small Change. At the sight of Johnny Thunder, they both collapsed. At this point, the building superintendent came up. He glared at Johnny. "Officer, arrest that man!" he yelled. "He stole our elevator." "But I didn't," protested Johnny. "It's all right," grinned the officer. "You're collecting a reward, young man, for the capture of those two dangerous criminals and exposure of Commissioner Darcy." Herman Darling smiled when Daisy tucked her arm into Johnny's. "A most estimable young man," he beamed. Follow the adventures of Johnny Thunder every month in Flash Comics. So that's the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, that'd be appreciated. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys later.